Mm, you guys really blow me away because we have incredible intentions. We get the energy so astronomically high. And here you blew it into another galaxy. I mean, honestly, this was so intense and so amazing. And it all started because I was inspired by watching a couple of videos yesterday, one from Joe Vitale and one from, I'm going to say his name correctly, Dr. Whoops, hold on, Dr. Hugh Len. He's the guy who popularized Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian prayer, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And it really occurred to me that from Dr. Len's perspective, we are completely neutral. We are clear. And he held up a clear piece of plastic and then shined a flashlight through it. And he said, you can see all the divine light shining through when there's nothing in the way. However, as human beings, we collect a lot of information and then we react to that information. The information is not us. The reaction is not us. We are completely neutral and clear. And so I thought it would be really interesting to create an intention around the concept of Ho'oponopono and completely clearing everything because I noticed I tend to be a very positive, happy, upbeat person, but a lot of people aren't. So here's all my positive energy, and it always creates an equal and opposite reaction, negative energy. So, what if I chose to adopt Ho'oponopono to release all judgment and all emotions, positive or otherwise, so that I can get back to a complete neutral? So, here's the intention that we created together. In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that we immediately release all judgments and emotions with Ho'oponopono. So we are completely neutral, fully aligned with the divine, and permanently healed of all illness and injury. Thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. Julie, would you like to start us off and share what came through for you?
Oh my goodness, yes. That was extraordinary. I just saw so many images, so much light. And as we spoke Ho'oponopono, it was like these ripples of light, energy, electrons, whatever was going through everything, everyone, the whole universe. And it was the power in that. I thought, oh, we're just saying Ho'oponopono. No, I'm getting goosebumps just because it intensified every time. It was like an echoing and it just permeated everything and everyone. And I was just astonished by watching this happen. It was to me, it felt like a miraculous, you know, view of what is actually happening when we are saying Ho'oponopono, and from our hearts. And there was so much light. And like I said, the vibration brought everything into balance, equilibrium, um, and that how it's meant to be in our being. And it was a such a peaceful feeling that everything, all is well. Everything kept coming to me. All is well, all is well. So that was my experience. Thank you.
So beautiful. So beautiful. I had a lot of the same kind of stuff come up. It's amazing. David, would you like to unmute and share your experience?
Right after I finished humming, I saw the words tabula rasa. And then I just began reciting the Ho'oponopono prayer. And I did that over and over and over again until I saw Peggy radiating blinding divine light. I mean, I couldn't see Peggy anymore. All I saw was light. And I saw Robin doing it, and I saw Julie doing it, and then I saw all of us doing it. And I realized this blinding divine light was releasing all the energies that we no longer have any use for. We want to release them. So, and it was so the light was so intense, it only left perfect, radiant, vibrant health.
Mm, love that. So beautiful. Thank you for bringing that in, David. What an amazing vision. Dorji, would you like to share what came through for you?
We all got together and we all got into our everybody into our own stadium of lights inside our body, and it resides in our heart, and we connected all together, and our hearts got together and we created this field. We were in our stadium of lights. We had the house band there. Elaine was conducting. David was playing the drums like we always do. I'm not going to repeat all of that, but we created by breathing in love, light, peace, ho'oponopono, abundance. We created all that and we sent it out to the world with waves and waves into God's creation, everything. And then we just did the ho'oponopono, everybody, every one of us. And what I felt is, what about the people that don't want it? But it's for the good of all and for God of all. And you want it or not, we're going to get neutral. And we are in the field and we will heal everybody, we will love everybody, we will just be one with all of us. And we eventually will heal the whole creation. And when we come back into our own stadium of lights, if we need that feeling again, just get together and it's always there. And we will get it together again. And for the highest good and God of all, we will do it.
Mm, beautiful, Dorji. Wow, what incredible imagery. Love that. Thank you so much for bringing that in. I really appreciate it. Peggy, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Could you unmute and share what came through for you?
I'm glad to be here too. It was very simple and a dark void with filled with stars. And eventually what all of those stars beamed was hope. And what I felt in my body was an uplifting in my heart, whether that was from just being with you all and the love that you bring, or from the intention, I don't know. But that was the experience.
Beautiful. Wow. How can it get even better than this? Honestly, it's pretty darn awesome. Ooh, Angela, tough act to follow, I know, but I'd love to hear what came through for you.
It was a little weird, silly. Anyway, first I just went to spaces in the house that I got the new idea to neutralize them rather than trying to declutter and all kinds of other things. I'm going to neutralize some spaces. And then I had this, well, I often walk along the river doing Ho'oponopono, so I went there and I was walking and doing Ho'oponopono. And then had this vision of all these people who wanted to win the lottery, and all their angels were trying to tweak different things so that their people would win the lottery, and this group of angels was trying to tweak it for them. So it was like this weird, like I don't know what happened or how that can go anywhere, but it was just like everybody was trying to help the best they could, and that was pretty much it. It was just a little weird.
That's really interesting too, right? Because we can hire angels to help us with things. And one of the biggest ways we can receive help is when we are truly neutral. Instead of having that, I gotta win the lottery, you know, when we're completely neutral, we do win the lottery. We are the lottery, right? So, wow, how can it get even better than this? We get to hear from Ruthie. Ruthie, what came through for you?
There we go.
There we go.
Now it's working. Okay. Well, first of all, I saw Peggy and Megan, and they were both like coming. I got the word that you're going to come out of this stronger than you were before. That both of you would be and ready to rock because you were so tired of being sick. You're not going to be sick anymore. And then it was wonderful because as I was praying, I felt the meaning and the reason for Ho'oponopono, that basically you are thanking your own body in advance for what it's going to do. You know, that the body can heal itself, and what we have to do is get out of the way, right? And so as we get out of the way, what we're actually doing is we're allowing we're putting the problem into God's hands, and we're leaving it there, and we're not going to take it back. And that's why they say a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. If you keep taking it back and say worrying about it again, it undoes all. God was saying, wait a minute, I was on the job. let me have it, you know. So anyway, so I thought of that, and it reminded me of something that Bashar had said, which he said, if you're carrying around a belief that doesn't belong to you and to your true identity of peace, love, and union with God, that's called stealing. And he said, don't become a belief thief, right? And he said, the only time you feel weighed down is when you're carrying things that are not yours. So drop the baggage. And isn't that wonderful? So we can just really, basically, it all comes down to trusting that it can happen, because our imagination is the fabric of our reality. So we just have to keep that picture and it'll happen.
Beautiful. What a lovely message, Ruthie. Really, really insightful. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that in. Robin, what came through for you?
Well, this is really weird, but you know, when you're thinking, you're talking in your head, right? I had not one single word of thought in my head, but I am still vibrating all over.
Yeah, you brought in the perfect vibration. You brought in that complete neutrality. You don't need words. Yeah. Ah, so beautiful. Thank you, Robin, because you're exemplifying exactly what the whole idea behind Ho'oponopono and what it does for you.
And also the fact that I can't talk, right? Do you know what I mean? And
It's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I have a message that says "shut up" a lot.
Well, God is willing to do some talking for a while. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That is really beautiful. Thank you, Robin. Wow. I got a ton of stuff too. In fact, as soon as I started humming, I had to start taking notes because it was coming through that fast and that intensively. I immediately heard ask and it is given. Immediately. Ask and it is given. You get back to neutral, and that's when you can receive. You are God in human form. You can give yourself and all of creation the gift of your light. but only when you're willing to let go of all that information and all the judgments and all the emotion and all that stuff that you've been collecting for years. So let it go and share your light. Clean away all the information you've collected to reveal your true divine self. You hold the most profound space when you are neutral, cleared of all judgment and emotion. Witness, observe, immediately forgiving all human desire to understand and control. All is well. And I was shown that in the middle is that infinite divine grace. You know, we talked about feeling really great, feeling really awful, you know, the two extremes. Well, in the middle, that neutral space is a space of infinite divine grace. And Peggy was describing it a little bit when she said, I just felt so peaceful. I felt so tranquil. That's that in between place. We think that it must not have value because it's not one of the extremes. No, no, no. It has infinite value. And then I heard, we love you so very much. You are delightful beings doing the best you can. Angels are helping you. All is well. Then I heard, oh, this was interesting because I saw Dr. Lou do this in his video, and I'm going to send you the two videos I saw, one with Dr. Joe Vitale talking about Ho'oponopono, and one with Dr. Lou talking about how it all works. Dr. Lou was saying he forgave the room before he entered the room, before the meeting started. And he forgave the chair before he sat in the chair because he knew that eventually he might stand up and he might be a little stiff after sitting in the chair. So he forgave it. So he forgave everything before he experienced it. It's like projecting your energy into the room before you walk into it. That's why I have my sign here, thankful, grateful, and truly blessed, projecting that into the space so that that is what we experience. Forgive everything by wiping the slate clean with Ho'oponopono. And then I saw you can stay trying to control everything, trying to understand everything, trying to be right about everything. That's one option. Or you can feel gratitude for letting go. I just felt this incredible release. You know how your shoulders drop and you feel this weight lifted from you. You can be in gratitude for letting go. Do you choose to live most of your life in divine grace? It was kind of like a challenge, right? The divine was like, by the way, are you up for this? Judgments are designed to keep you safe. And yet, you are the embodiment of God. So you are always safe when you return to the clarity of God, that neutral space. That's who you truly are. You're unsafe when you're mired in the information and you get all upset over, oh no, I have COVID. Oh no, I've got this medical thing. Oh no, something's going to happen. That's all information and it's not who you really are. So you don't have to live in the information because that's all imaginary and it's not really you. You get to live in the neutral, which is who you truly are. And then I was reminded, you know, Jesus always lived in a higher space than love. And when you look at the map of consciousness, which has all the different levels of vibration, it's color coded, it's really amazing. There's love. On top of love is joy. That's a higher vibration. Above joy is peace. That divine grace we experienced, that's higher than love and joy. And the only thing above peace is enlightenment. So we were at the top of the vibration throughout this intention. And that's why what we felt was so amazing. And I've got a very clear message. You can transform your world. You can transform everything when you are willing to be in that neutral space and surrender all judgment. So if we're ready to heal our political system, if we're ready to heal the divisiveness in our culture, if we're ready to heal illness and all the challenges that people are experiencing around the world, the most profound thing we can do is release all judgment and all emotion. That's what I got. Yeah. Peggy, you look like you're feeling better already. Good. Whoops, you're muted. There we go.
No, I'm not. I said thank you to everybody for that. Yes, I am better.
Yes, wonderful. And Ruthie, thank you for sharing the map of consciousness explained in the chat. It is very, very powerful to see what we can do when we choose to. And how interesting. I always thought I just needed to be in the upper emotions. I need to live in love. If I can live in love, I offset all the other stuff. Because at one point in his book, The Map of Consciousness Explained and Power versus Force, David Hawkins does say one person living in the embodiment of love, where everything they experience and witness, they interpret as love, everything they express is love and compassion. They offset 200,000 people who are at 200 or below in their vibrational level. And I thought, great, I just have to do my best to live in love. And now I'm getting a complete reset. No, I can live in Ho'oponopono. I can live in peace, which is way, way more powerful than living in love. So this was a huge breakthrough for me. I cannot thank you enough for bringing the energy here. Wow, absolute magic. You guys are just amazing spiritual masters. Thank you so much for sharing your light. I really appreciate you. Have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next week. All right. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.